Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ, March 27, 2011, and it's 11:35 p.m., Birmingham, Alabama. Today's topic, some 2012 predictions for our president. So, gonna be interesting here, so let's get along. All right, to start with, you know the mess that's going on in the Middle East right now. And I've explained before what it is. And in a nutshell, the Shiite and the Sunnis are trying to establish who's got power and control over these countries. But let's forget that for a moment and let's jump over to Iran. America will make it look like we have some sort of dialogue set up with Iran, because Iran apparently will start sliding a bit since they're Sunnis. So, the dialogue that our president will set up, will actually, he will be setting them up. And they'll bite, and this is what will happen. But let me back up and tell you something that I said in a blog a few months ago, and I said that I didn't think you would ever hear it on any kind of news, and you won't. And do you remember when I had some blogs on, I was talking about the worm that Israel had put into Iran's nuclear facility and that wreaked havoc on it? Well, it's still doing its job. But do you remember on the northwestern, I think northeastern part of Iran, they had some bases there, and they had some missiles on one of these bases, and certain missiles were of certain importance. And but mysteriously, 3 of them got blown up. Nobody knows. Iran said that was a freak accident, and I said no, it wasn't. Israel did it. Well, I found out something today. Again, northeastern Iran near Kurdistan, where this happened, and not too terribly far away, is Romania. The same day of this explosion that took out these 3 bunkers, an Israeli helicopter crashed in Romania. And you don't know that, but it did. What are they doing in Romania? I know, and now you know. So Obama will lead into a united front with other Arab countries against Iran. And they will stop Iran in their tracks on the premises they have a nuclear bomb that they're going to use. And again, we know they don't, because Israel took care of that. But it's still possible that China or Russia has given them one. But in any case, these are predictions, and I'm not reading off anything, and I'm not trying to state facts. I'm just saying things that I've got wind of, okay? So when Obama leaves this front, he will free Iran. He will free the millions of people who does not like Ahmadinejad. So they'll revere him as a hero, our president. And they'll be under a democratic regime, at least for a little while. So he will save the world economy just about this time, because it's really about to take a dive bomb, by allowing the drilling of oil everywhere, and including right here. Of course, that's probably a plan anyway, and I don't think that's a surprise to many people. But he will probably have all this set in motion by the end of this year, 2011, or early 2012. And of course, again, it's all for re-election purposes. And also, Wall Street. Why in the world is Wall Street staying high? There's nothing. There's nothing to happen to make it stay high. There's nothing good going on. You know, people still losing their jobs. People still sucking the blood out of the government, you know. They stay high. My prediction is that they'll hit 15,000 by 2012. I believe that's going to happen. And that, along with him saving the Saudis from a regime, Iran, that hates them, again, Sunnis versus the Shiites. Then the Middle East, Saudis, will pump money into American economy like it's going out of style. China will too, because they will make money on the simple fact that America seems to be like the good guy again. With our president, I can tell you right now, he's not legal. He's not born here. He's from Indonesia, and there's 200 million Sunnis living in Indonesia. So that's what he is. So, again, with China and the Saudis pouring money hand over fist into America, we will do fairly well for a while. And last, America will still hold the number one spot of world power. But again, for how long? I say, if our president wins, then our free ride is over. I'll say if our president loses, then we have a hell of a fight in front of us to retain any sort of position in the world union or the world economy or the world in general. So I have 4 more I want you to look for. These are end time scenarios. These are things to look for that will tell you, get yourself ready, because we're about to end here. Number 1, if you see the establishment of daily worship in a tabernacle, or perhaps even in the temple that's going to be rebuilt in Israel, that's a sign. If you're looking, or if looking for Israel, to become very wealthy, which they just had a tremendous gas strike, natural gas. So look for them to become extremely wealthy, very, very wealthy. And then you'll see a true motivation for war, and that Satan believes he can defeat God. War meaning they want Israel's spoils, their riches, their women. Number 3, peace treaty beyond all offered in the past. One that the Jews can really believe in and bite in, grab hold and hold on to, and it's a 7-year treaty. And last, Israel's borders will probably need to be expanded. We don't know how that's going to be done, but it's a possibility, because God will tell Israel to flee during the mid part of the tribulation, and they'll flee to Petra. Bible says it's Petra, but he will hide Petra for somehow, some way from Satan. Satan is like he overlooks it. That's in the end times. Look for those things to happen and start counting down now, because they're going to start now. But those last 4 events, look for those, and then you'll know that it's time to go home. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.